Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Today I want to be a Jewish mother. Oh, yes. And talk about guilt. And if you've gone to your doctor or your specialist and you've been told your son or your daughter, or some people, it could be yourself, guilt plays a high part. And people keep feeling guilty and they keep going, God, I wonder what I've done. Or I've wondered what I've eaten. Did I eat too much sugar when I was pregnant? All these things keep rolling around in their mind. Type 1 diabetes, we found out for some reason, they're not sure exactly why, your son or your daughter or your own T cells, I think it's T cells, the attack cells, attack the beta cells in your pancreas and kill them off. But there's no need to feel guilty. I wish I could wave a magical wand and say, poof, you no longer feel guilty. But human feelings are something completely different. If you feel that need, talk to a doctor, talk to a therapist. But your son or your daughter is going to need you. And don't sit there kind of worried, oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. You're going to do it. You were there when they needed their diapers changed. You were there when you had to feed them. So you're going to step up. You're going to do what's right. And don't worry about the unknown. If you go to classes, if you speak to the dietitian, if you speak to the diabetes education nurse, things will constantly get better. I'm not saying it's going to get easier, but being a diabetic for a parent, the first days are probably the worst. Once you get over the first month, things start clicking. And you get up and you know what you have to do and you did it. I can remember when I was first diagnosed, my mother made sure I had everything I needed, even in later life going to work. She made sure I had a lunch or a dinner, or if I was working nights. Don't worry about things you don't know of yet. There's going to be a lot of information. And the best thing I will give you is something I learned when I was learning how to be a trainer. And that is, take everything in digestible chunks. Don't try to read ahead. Not right now. You can get to that, but take the bits that they're giving you and learn and master those. And it may be just giving your son or daughter a shot, while one may be doing the diet. And then switch. it's from the person who was a diabetic. I saw a lot of things. When I lived with my sister, we always had supplies. I didn't have to worry about supplies. But other parts of it weren't her strengths. And I'm not talking this as derogatory. I'm just really pointing things out. So don't feel guilty. You're going to do the best you can. And I'm sure your diabetes resource person, whether it be your endocrinologist, a nurse, whatever, will teach you the points. It's important, at least within the first year of being a diabetic, that you keep your doctor's appointments. Don't go off half-cocked. It's always important that you should keep your appointments because you want to ensure that you keep on your straight and narrow path. You don't want to start taking these wild turns. Because I can tell you that's when you're going to run into problems. Keeping things active is important. Keeping your body fueled is important. Now, over the years, we've heard horror stories. And, this person lost their life early because they had diabetes. Well, a lot of those stories are starting to be turned away. And the reason for this is a lot of people nowadays are all focused on helping you keep your blood sugars normal. And when you keep your blood sugars normal, you're going to have the best results. You're going to live a long life. As long as you follow the diabetes. Or not follow it, but control the diabetes. There's that word, control. Diabetes is the whole management. And I've seen it referred to as a scale, where you have diabetes and you have sugar, and on the other side over here, you would have the insulin, the exercise, and it all should hopefully balance out. But if you're having trouble, that's fine. Deal with it and move on. Learn how to. If you're having higher blood sugar and your doctor says, remember, I'm not a doctor, that your blood sugar level keeps going up, I think we need a bit more insulin, then deal with it. Now, I come from a country, I guess they kind of call it socialized medicine, in Canada. And I don't have to worry about my insulin. I don't have to worry about supplies. Down south, that's another concern. And there have been people who, once they turn 26, they're no longer covered by their own medical plan, and there's a whole rigmarole. I think an awful lot of that is preparation. As your son or daughter, 19, Start looking into plans. Start finding agencies that can help you. Don't let things just happen for the sake of it. You're going to do awesome. Your son or your daughter is going to do awesome. You're going to have your bad days. You're going to have your awesome days. Just reflect on everything you did well on those awesome days. And don't dwell on the things necessarily that you did in the less productive days. You could go over and say, okay, this happened and this happened. How do we ensure that doesn't happen? Sorry, itchy. Oh, and my blood sugar now. My blood sugar is now 20.9. So we've come down. Anyway, I hope you have an awesome day. We'll talk again soon. The next one is the 500th video. Yay.